Pompano Beach, reminding everyone we live in the land of the free because of our brave. For information on hall rentals, membership, or to donate your time, finances, or resources, call 954-942-2448, 954-942-2448. The members of American Legion Post 142 remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Here's how people are learning to make extra money from home at Online Trading Academy. If you have mutual funds or an IRA and you're not happy with what you're making, here's a tip from one of the instructors at Online Trading Academy.
How many of you out there are holding stock right now? You could be using options to sell against that stock to bring in income, like rental income.
Renting stocks you already own? Sure. Learn how it's done at Online Trading Academy.
He had this in his 401k, and he was able to generate $4,000 within 2 or 3 weeks' time selling a call option on the Schlumberger shares that he had that he'd been sitting on for years.
People are learning how extra money can be made from home with stocks and more, all with limited risk at Online Trading Academy. Reserve a pair of seats for a free half-day class to see how it's done in Broward and Palm Beach. Online Trading Academy. Call now, 561-674-9800, 561-674-9800, 561-674-9800.
Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470 and 95.3 FM. WNN.
Attention anyone who smokes, has a pet, or eats. If you're selling your car, boat, house, or move out of a rented apartment, we have your solution. Pristine Solutions is a new company that comes directly to your home, car, boat, office, or anywhere and eliminates odors from cigarettes, cigars, animals, food, and much more. A Pristine Solutions team member will take care of everything for you. Our chemical process breaks down and eliminates germs and bacteria that cause odors. Don't lose that security deposit because your pet had too many accidents or because you're a smoker. Call Pristine Solutions today. Call 561-299-5555 because these guys don't stink.
Are you ready for some awesome chefs-approved Mexican-inspired food? Then check out Los Bocados, where our #1 rule is every bite will be the best bite. Chef Anthony Hoff and Chef Robbie Bushman prepare all items utilizing locally sourced and the healthiest ingredients. We do catered events, corporate lunches, complete family meals, and advanced ordering. Los Bocados is located at 7191 North State Road 7 in Parkland, inside the Chevron. For orders, call 954-637-4984, 954-637-4984, or check out losbocados.com.
Are you having trouble sleeping or staying asleep? Feel like you've tried everything and nothing works? Studies show if we are out of balance or too acidic, it can directly affect our sleep. Now, a new doctor-formulated solution is available directly to you. Alkaline Boosters is a fast and natural way to get a restful night's sleep. Take advantage of this promotional offer to buy your Alkaline Boosters today and start sleeping better tomorrow. Call 1-800-994-5361. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Are you looking for short-term inpatient rehabilitation or long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Call 561-392-3000.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Do you have a hot new business or an established business that offers great and unique services or products that you want to get the word out? Are you looking to grow your business and you want everyone to hear the buzz about it? Do you have an amazing project or an idea that impacts our community that you want to share and get others involved in? Then you've come to the right place. You're listening to them about this new Entrepreneur Tank program that they're rolling out for the kids this year. And it's a really, really interesting thing, that the life skills that they're trying to teach the children. But first and foremost, I want to introduce my first guests. They are Mr. Dr. Howard Cohn. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Dr. Cohn, and he is going to be calling in on the phone from California, as well as I have here in the studio Michael Zanardelli. And Dr. Cohn is a holistic health practitioner, co-founder and chief product officer of 7.2, and Mike Zanardelli is a health and wellness coach of this organic plant-based naturopathic supplement. And they're going to be sharing with us about it and how it can help you from a preventative health point of view, as well as for managing physical, mental health challenges in your life and stresses, and how staying in balance is very, very important. And so we're going to try and get Dr. Cohn on the phone in a minute. But first I wanted to say, Mike, So happy to have you here in the studio.
Well, it's great to be here. We got a chance to meet just about maybe a month ago, and what you were sharing with people about your radio and what your program was about, I definitely wanted to be a part of it.
Oh, well, I really, I'm so glad to hear that, because when we met, we had so much time to talk about your life a little bit, your background, and how you kind of came to this point of how your business and your health kind of have connected as one.
Absolutely.
And how you've combined those as a tremendous passion. And so tell me a little bit about where you're from and how you got involved in this 7.2.
Well, the long and the short of it is, I started out playing football in high school like many people do, broke the ACL in my left knee and kind of put that sport to bed. So I went on a path of just health and wellness, working out. I ended up competing as a competitive bodybuilder and winning the USA Championship many years ago. Moved to Southern California and really found my path for wanting to get in and help a lot of people with health and wellness. And a lot of it had to do with not only just working out, but more to do with what you ate. I'm sure a lot of people go to the gym, but they really miss the part where the nutrition they get in is really most of it. And I've always been on a quest to find what is the supplement line, or what are the supplements that people are missing, because there's what our body needs in nutrition, and there's what our body gets through food. And there's this gap in the middle that everybody has. Not everybody's perfect, but I try to fill those gaps with different nutritional products. And I went to a seminar once where I had a chance to meet my now partner and co-founder of this company, Dr. Howard Cohen, and he was speaking to a group of 5,000 people. And he spoke about health in such a way that it was very different than my understanding of it. And ended up seeing him at the Cohen Health Institute in Southern California. He was my health practitioner for 19 years.
Wow.
It's really kept me on pace with trying to keep my body physically healthy, mentally healthy. And it was interesting, about 6 years ago, he said, listen, I want to start a company. And because of the integrity I knew he had behind his mission of really wanting to help people all over the world. And what was interesting about his practice was people flew in from all over the world to see him. But you can only have an impact from a general location so much. And he said, I really want to be able to go out and help people around the world. And I said, I want to be a part of that mission. What does that look like?
Well, hopefully we'll have the opportunity. That's a tremendous story, going back 19 years of you knowing him.
Yes.
You're saying, and so I believe we have Dr. Cohen on the phone.
Okay.
And so we're going to try and patch him in for the people that are watching. I believe we'll be able to see a video link of him, as well as be able to hear him on the radio. Hey, there he is. Hi, Dr. Cohen.
Hello. So great to be here, Norma.
Good. Are you able to see me? Are you able to see us?
Hey, Doc.
I see you guys perfect. I see you now. I did see Mike, but I don't see him anymore. But I'm assuming he's still there.
You're looking at yourself now.
Yes,
Okay, great. Well, it's very nice to meet you. I've been hearing a lot of great things about you and how you've been such an inspiration and mentor to Mike here. And likewise, he's been a little bit to myself here these last few weeks since I met him.
Well, that's all. Norma, that's what it's about. It's really about paying it forward. I mean, we feel real blessed to be able to have this information in Orange County, Southern California. We live in a little bubble here. We're able to have access to a lot of different things. And Florida is very similar. There's just it's like a land of opportunity, and so many people are looking out for something, especially in Southern Florida, to not just keep them well, get them well, keep them well, keep them young, keep them looking good and feeling good. And we put this company together to really, for everyone, whether you're age 2 or 92 and everybody in between.
Well, when I have a medical background as an occupational therapist, and I do a lot of rehabilitation with patients, and a lot of the focus is on exercise, joints, movement, and, medicine. And as I've been doing this show, I have become more and more exposed to, I had a general idea of health and wellness. I'm not what they say, a fanatic type of athlete, exerciser, but I know my nutrition. I know my joints, my core stabilization exercises. I know my body mechanics. And so when he started talking to me about this alkaline product, I wasn't really familiar of what that meant from a health and wellness perspective. I knew what it meant from a medical perspective. And so I just would like you to share what that means to the lay person, because that's what I felt like when I heard about it with Mike.
Sure, I'd be happy to. And you're right, there's a big difference between health and fitness. And health is something that we build. It's not always something we're born with. If that was true, we wouldn't have children's hospitals, and we wouldn't have to deal with a lot of the things we're dealing with today. And, you know, at our Cohen Health Institute, I've been in practice for 27 years. Nutrition has been a huge part of it. And just like Mike had said, there's a gap between what people are getting in their diet and what they're supposed to get, and our goal is to always fill that gap. And, you know, in our clinic, we have over 2,000 different products from 100-plus companies from around the world. So things that you've never heard of or people can't find. And after a couple of decades, almost 3 decades of doing this, our goal was if we could just have a handful of things, just a couple of things that we can get to people that would keep them from ever having to show up in an office like ours, or staying off the disease care roller coaster. How would they do? What could we feed their body with to give them a better strategy? We looked around the world at all the different things. It all came down to one thing: plant-based foods or raw green foods. And when we looked at it, well, we said, what's the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge is that people don't like the taste of them. And just try and put a head of raw broccoli in front of your child, they're going to look at you and they just push it away. So we thought, you know, what if we did the ultimate thing, made it taste good, made it cost effective, because people, when they walk into Whole Foods, they're like, Whole Foods more like whole paycheck, right? They go, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
And then time. We're all busy. You're busy. We're running around. Mom with, you know, their 2.3 kids. She needs to have something quick. So they end up defaulting to fast food.
Yes.
So our goal was to beat fast food. And you can take our 7.2 shake and 7.2 greens, which I see right in front of you, shake
Yes.
it up and drink it faster than you can get your family through the drive-through. So you have plant-based nutrition, full of organic ingredients, free of every allergen that you get a note from your kids do at school that they should not bring to school because somebody's allergic to it. It's really designed to be that way. And we've accomplished that, and we're excited about it. And Norma, we're on a mission. This is not about, the world did not need one more nutrition company. They did not need one more greens product. They definitely need one more thing to take or
Sure.
do or spend money on. What they needed was something that they can rely on, something they know, if I put this in my system, not only would I feel good, I would function good, I'd look good, I'd have my energy back, and I'd be able to thrive the way my body was designed to do. So, like we said in the beginning, the goal was to make it so good that my little child, when we launched this, my youngest was 5, that she would eat it. Because if we don't change the direction of what's happening with our children, we have no chance for the future. That's when you had started your show talking about the Boys and the Girls Club. What a great organization!
Yeah.
I mean, we as a company are a mission-based company. We support all the causes that support a better, a more conscious wellness type of thinking. And that organization, I know in my communities growing up, has been such a big impact for so many people. So our goal is to use this to get people feeling and functioning the way they once knew and dreamed that they could.
Well, it sounds that I can definitely hear the excitement in your voice that you want to help people. And I know that feeling of, because when you have some knowledge about something or you're feeling the sensation yourself, you want to share that. And so what I'd like to do is take a quick little commercial break and come back, and between you and Mike, maybe Mike can share about 2 of these products, and then you can share about, maybe you can do the shake one and the greens one, and then he can break down the alkaline booster and the recovery one, and we can just share about what the benefits of it. I've been taking them since I met Mike, and so I have some comments myself regarding how my body reacted to it, and so I wanted to share that as well. They're all good, though, I must say. So we'll be right back. Thank you, Dr. Cohn.
Thank you.
Attention anyone who smokes, has a pet, or eats. If you're selling your car, boat, house, or move out of a rented apartment, we have your solution. Pristine Solutions is a new company that comes directly to your home, car, boat, office, or anywhere and eliminates odors from cigarettes, cigars, animals, food, and much more. A Pristine Solutions team member will take care of everything for you. Our chemical process breaks down and eliminates germs and bacteria that cause odors. Don't lose that security deposit because your pet had too many accidents or because you're a smoker. Call Pristine Solutions today. Call 561-299-5555 because these These guys don't stink.
Are you ready for some awesome chefs-approved Mexican-inspired food? Then check out Los Bocados, where our number one rule is every bite will be the best bite. Chef Anthony Hoff and Chef Robbie Bushman prepare all items utilizing locally sourced and the healthiest ingredients. We do catered events, corporate lunches, complete family meals, and advanced ordering. Los Bocados is located at 7191 North State Road 7 in Parkland, inside the Chevron. For orders, call 954-637-4984, 954-637-4984, or check out losbocados.com.
Do you suffer from back, joint, or muscle soreness? Recovery with HydroFX is the doctor-recommended all-natural solution you've been looking for. Now, available in the U.S., Recovery with HydroFX is a specialized product for headaches, back, joint, and muscle soreness. Get back to feeling great today and order your 30-day supply of Recovery with HydroFX. Call 1-800-994-5361 and take advantage of this limited radio offer. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Are you looking for short-term inpatient rehabilitation or long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Call 561-392-3000.
Thank you for listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We're the place where we talk about your business, a product, an idea, or a project to get the word out to our community. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero. Today we are sharing our passions while connecting with our community. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 5 to 6 p.m. to join me, Norma G., and our guests to find out about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Can't wait to see you there. Now let's rejoin the show. Welcome back to Community Connections with Norma G. And I'm going to actually, Dr. Cohn, I'm going to start here with Mike a little bit, give him a little bit of FaceTime. And so, Mike, I'm going to reverse Dr. Cohn. I want Mike to explain to us a little bit about this product, the shake, the protein shake, as well as the greens.
Okay, great. Well, as you heard Dr. Cohen speaking, the world didn't need another protein shake. I mean, if you go out there, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The challenge is most of those protein shakes are masquerading around as really healthy. Most of them are loaded with sugars or artificial sweeteners or products that our bodies just don't recognize, don't utilize. And so when Dr. Cohen came up with the idea of creating an organic, plant-based nutritional product, I said, wow, that's very different, because most of the companies out there are about getting the least expensive ingredients into a can, charging an enormous amount of money so they can make the most amount of profit. The difference between Dr. Cohen was listen, I want to do the right thing to make the body work the best way, and we'll get it out at a competitive price. And it's okay if it's a little bit less what we are going to make than we normally would if we put $2 in a can. So, what's unique about this product is it's really gluten-free, it's soy-free, dairy-free, nut-free, nightshade-free. So it's really very, very good for anybody. And I've seen friends of mine who had 6-month-olds that actually could drink this product because it was just something natural. And again, plant-based, very, very important. And again, protein's a very important thing for us. It's the building blocks, the amino acids it breaks down to, building blocks for every tissue we have in our body. Now, when we actually combine that with greens, which most people don't get enough of. I know I do the best I can, but it's not 5 servings of raw green plant food. I mean, if we had that much, it would actually take up the entire table that we're sitting here in front of. So again, Dr. Cohen wanted to formulate a product. This has over 21 different ingredients in it as far as raw plant-based nutrition, from wheatgrass, barley grass, oatgrass, all the stuff that traditionally does not taste good at all. If you went to a health food store and got a wheatgrass shot. But what's unique is he had a very unique way of being able to flavor it. Again, all natural. This is 100% organic, raspberry and green apple, so that when you drink it, you go, wow. First time I ever had it, I was shocked that it tasted that good.
And I did, I've had it actually now for the last, I think, 5 or 6 mornings. And what my first, and I actually was surprised when you told me to combine the protein with the green.
Yeah.
Because usually I separate those out when I do my smoothies. I'll either do a green one with some vegetables and fruit, or do a protein one with some fruit and stuff. But you said combine the two. You don't taste the green, and it's silky. It's silky, silky smooth. And that was my first reaction to taking this, because I've taken products in the past, and I just was really, really surprised how light and fluffy it didn't have that gritty, powdery kind of feel to it. And I just drank it, and it definitely sustained my energy. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt it sustained my energy. And so I was happy with the response that I got with it. That was my personal reaction to taking it.
Well, that's our goal. That's our goal.
Tell me about 7.2. What does 7.2 mean?
Well, in a perfect world, 7.2 would be the perfect balance of acid to alkaline or alkalinity in your body. And I think most people here in southern Florida who actually listen to this show might have the idea of what a pool is, or maybe you've had a fish tank.
The water.
Right. And so when you have to constantly check your pool water to make sure that it has the right alkalinity, because if it gets too acidic, that's when you start to grow algae. Same thing with a fish tank. The difference is if your fish tank gets too acidic, your fish die. Fortunately and unfortunately, our bodies don't always tell us when things are going haywire in our internal environment. But it makes sense to actually do something that's going to help, actually, if you could, make a deposit to the alkaline side of what our body's normally in because of stress, the foods we eat. I mean, we all love steak and fish and all the things that taste good and cheesecake and you name it.
And that makes us more acidic.
It absolutely makes us more acidic.
And so by utilizing this product line, it pushes you more towards alkaline.
That's correct.
And that was the concept that I now grasp after reading a few articles and plus talking with you. I now grasp this concept, Dr. Cohn. And so what I would like to ask, thank you, Michael, for explaining it to me, because that's really what I think is what's interesting for the lay person, including myself to some degree, was understanding that 7.2 is a number that doctors look for when they're taking labs and they're assessing people's their function. They go into the hospital, they're all out of whack, and they start to do a blood test and all that stuff, and they find out that they're in acidosis. What I read when reading about acidosis, I found that people with a lot of respiratory conditions and a lot of kidney conditions would potentially benefit, or weight conditions could potentially benefit from using a product that pushes you into more alkaline. Can you comment on that, Dr. Cohn, at all?
Oh, for sure. Well, first of all, Mike did a phenomenal job talking about just how important those two products are our foundation. And if everybody just did that, we really need much more. But there was more to do, which is why we created the other ones. The foundation is this, is that if your body runs acid, it's like your car running hot. It doesn't heal as well. When your body's alkaline, it runs more efficiently. And so we talked about, you mentioned the respiratory, the kidneys, and the weight. When we eat people usually get perk up when we talk about weight or obesity and all these different things. When you eat acidic foods, your body tends to go into a fight or flight type of reaction. It has to store the acid somewhere. One of the places it stores it in our tissues is body fat, which is why when you eat alkaline foods or green foods, your body starts to emulsify that fat, break up that fat, go into more of a parasympathetic, relaxed state, and your body's more able and efficiently to burn off that excess fat that's there that's wasn't designed to be there.
It improves your metabolism?
It improves your metabolism as well. It's also why you don't see 300-pound people walking in and outside the Whole Foods and the natural grocers too often, is because we're eating a certain way, but we do see them going more traditionally through a drive-through because their meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are more acidic. So our goal is to really set it up again, that we wanted to close that gap. How do we have the experience of eating alkaline plant-based foods be more like what they're accustomed to, that fast, quick, tastes good for my palate and works? And so you mentioned the other two products,
yes, the
Alkaline Booster.
The Alkaline Booster and the Recovery Hydro FX.
So we'll talk about the Alkaline Booster first.
Okay.
That was really made because here's why. After 27 years in practice, Norma, it doesn't matter what I do. I can stand on my head. People are still going to do what they do. And I've been all throughout different areas of southern Florida, and I know there's a lot of great places for the foodie, especially on the East Coast, to go out and eat acidic foods. And even myself, growing up in New York, it's so hard to not eat these things sometimes. So I wanted what I call the get out of jail free card. Right on the label of the Alkaline Booster, it's called the Hall Pass, which means that it's the philosophy is if you do the crime, you got to do the time, which means if I eat acidic foods, I can't be in denial and think it's not going to affect me. So what I do, as long as I take my Alkaline Booster between meals or ideally before bed, it's going to help my body while I'm sleeping, which is the most important time of your life. So when your body heals the most is while you're sleeping. helps get you back in an alkaline state to balance back the acidic parts of your day. Now, acid doesn't just come from the food you eat. It comes from the emotional stress we're under, from relationships, work, family dynamics, atrocities, and things that happen in the world and in our lives. All of physical, sitting in a chair. Sitting is the new smoking. If you can, the longer somebody sits, you can measure, like you would measure smoking, how short their life will be now. So, which again, fitness in motion.
Dr. Cohn, I just want to say one more thing, and then we just have just another minute to maybe talk about this one. What also Mike told me was that this also helps with sleeping. And with myself having taken this, it doesn't necessarily put me to sleep, but what I found is that I am at the latter end of my sleep cycle, staying asleep an extra hour. And so and I wake up a little bit more restful because I didn't kind of get that woke up at 6:30. I find that I'm sleeping through a little bit more, depending whatever hour I went to sleep. And so I do find myself not as fatigued just by getting that little extra bit. So that's something that I really enjoyed about taking this particular product these last 5 days, because Mike said this will help you sleep. So
it's the number one form of torture in the world is sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
So if you can get somebody to sleep.
And tell me a little bit about this Recovery Hydro FX. And he's having me take this one. He's suggesting this one in the morning or at lunchtime. And then this is to recover from after your workouts or your physical activity of the day.
Well, let me tell you, this is actually probably our most important product. So I'll give it to you in about less than 45 seconds.
Okay.
If there was one thing somebody can take to have an impact in their life, it would be this product right here. It's named Recovery because it helps you recover. People say, what do I recover? What do I need to? What does help you recover from? I say, what do you need to recover from? So it was designed to make up for the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years of our life where we ate and did all the things that we did. It is a selective super antioxidant. It is not like anything else. When you take it, it turns into a hydrogen gas. It goes everywhere. Even if your gut doesn't work or your digestion doesn't work, it goes everywhere. In Japan, they've been studying it for 60 years. They have hundreds of studies on the concept. We're the first company in history to get it in a tablet where you can take it. You can give it to yourself, a child, a pet.
Sure.
You can give it to anybody. And it not just helps you recover, it helps your body function.
Yes.
It helps put out the bad fire, leave the good one lit.
Dr. Cohn, the good news is that Mike has made a commitment to come back a couple more times over the next month or so, and to continue to share about this this information and continue to educate our listeners and about preventative health and as well as gentle detoxification. And so I want to thank you for your time. I don't mean to cut you off, but I have another whole segment with the Boys and Girls Club, which is a phenomenal thing because it's so amazing that they're teaching these kids about entrepreneur skills. And because here we are as adults doing it ourselves, right? And so I want to thank you for the information, and also to our listeners, Mike, if people want to call you and find out more about how they can get these products themselves, how do they reach you?
Well, they can listen to one of the ads we're running right now, and there's an 800 number where they can actually find out more information about the Recovery with Hydro FX or the boosters, alkaline boosters. But we can also talk about the other products that we mentioned today on today's show. And it's a very informative way. We can certainly get into a conversation. I will personally speak to every single person that actually calls in.
Fantastic. And the 800 number? Okay. Do I have it here? It's 1-800. Okay, that's okay. The ad is on the 800 number is 1-800-994-5361. You can speak to Mike Zanardelli personally. And Dr. Cohn, thank you again so much for your time. And I look forward to speaking with you again. Have a wonderful day, and say hello to that California sunset for me, please. That's where I went to college. You take care.
We'll see you in Florida soon, Norma.
We will be right back with the whole crew from the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you so much, Mike, so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Attention anyone who smokes, has a pet, or eats. If you're selling your car, boat, house, or move out of a rented apartment, we have your solution. Pristine Solutions is a new company that comes directly to your home, car, boat, office, or anywhere and eliminates odors from cigarettes, cigars, animals, food, and much more. A Pristine Solutions team member will take care of everything for you. Our chemical process breaks down and eliminates germs and bacteria that cause odors. Don't lose that security deposit because your pet had too many accidents or because you're a smoker. Call Pristine Solutions today. Call 561-299-5555 because these These guys don't stink.
Are you ready for some awesome chefs-approved Mexican-inspired food? Then check out Los Bocados, where our number one rule is every bite will be the best bite. Chef Anthony Hoff and Chef Robbie Bushman prepare all items utilizing locally sourced and the healthiest ingredients. We do catered events, corporate lunches, complete family meals, and advanced ordering. Los Bocados is located at 7191 North State Road 7 in Parkland, inside the Chevron. For orders, call 954-637-4984, 954-637-4984, or check out losbocados.com.
Are you having trouble sleeping or staying asleep? Feel like you've tried everything and nothing works? Studies show if we are out of balance or too acidic, it can directly affect our sleep. Now, a new doctor-formulated solution is available directly to you. Alkaline Boosters is a fast and natural way to get a restful night's sleep. Take advantage of this promotional offer to buy your Alkaline Boosters today and start sleeping better tomorrow. Call 1-800-994-5361. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Are you looking for short-term inpatient rehabilitation or long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Call 561-392-3000.
Thank you for listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We're the place where we talk about your business, a product, an idea, or a project to get the word out to our community. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero. Today we are sharing our passions while connecting with our community. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 5 to 6 p.m. to join me, Norma G., and our guests to find out about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Can't wait to see you there. Now let's rejoin the show. Welcome back to Community Connections with Norma G. I am here with a lot of representatives from the Boys and Girls Club of Broward County, and I'm super, super excited because it's been a wonderful organization that I've been able to connect with this past year through this show, and it's been a great opportunity to learn about the organization and also meet the fabulous people that are involved with them as well. And so let me introduce my first guest. But first and foremost, here's our fourth guest. He's coming in right now.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Just have a seat right
live.
there. We're
live.
Very, very live right now. So first, we always have something crazy. Every time it's the Boys and Girls Club. So,
it's your show, Norma. Come on. We wouldn't expect anything less. So.
All right. So you're listening to us at 95.3 FM. as well as 1470 AM, and you can watch us live on Community Connections with Norma G on Facebook. If you'd like to call in, if you have any questions, I don't know if we'll have any time for any of them, but feel free to chime in with us at 888-565-1470, and you can also listen to us at 1470 AM on your iHeart app radio application. So there's many ways to listen to the show afterward, if you're live at the moment if you're hearing us. So I want to first and foremost introduce Mr. Brian Quayle.
Thank you.
And he is the CEO and president of the Boys and Girls Club of Broward County for the last 8 years.
Yes.
Correct. And then I have my precious friend here, Linda Busili. So she's on the board of directors along with Todd Patton. And Todd Patton's been on the board of directors for the last 6 months.
Yep.
And you, I don't know how long you've been on the board of directors.
About the same time. About the same
class.
time. Same class. It's almost a year, though, now. Yeah,
So
it's almost a year.
You're the rookies.
They're veterans. They're seasoned veterans.
And I have been recently indoctrinated, just by just hosting you guys on this show for the last couple months, because we just had the wonderful event, the 100 Outstanding Women of Broward County, that Linda was on the chair for that particular board.
Correct.
So we had her on here.
Correct.
And that was a great event.
It was.
It was a great event, and
Thank you for your participation that night.
Thank you.
That's right.
You did a
You
wonderful
exceeded.
job.
It was a lot of fun, and it was just great to kind of see the women and the children being honored that night, and just seeing what you do to kind of bring that awareness to the club. Through that event, you could see everybody was dancing and having a good time, and just supporting what they've done in the community. And so now moving forward, when I first met Linda, one of the first things she shared with me after the conversation about the 100 women is, hey, I got this on the back burner. Mm-hmm. And she shared with me this concept of the entrepreneur tank. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is the Entrepreneur Tank. And so why don't you, Brian, for just a quick moment, tell us a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club.
Sure.
And, what is it?
Sure.
For our listeners who don't know what it is.
Sure. First of all, thank you for having us on today.
My pleasure.
And again, for your leadership in becoming involved with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Broward County. We are the 6th largest club in the United States of America. We serve over 12,500 kids annually. And, our mission is really to serve kids who need us most. And when I make that statement, it really comes down to this. 68% of our members live in single-parent-headed households. 59% of our families actually make less than $20,000 annually, and 84% of our kids are on free and reduced lunch in the school system. So we become really the second home for kids, and the main role we play as staff and volunteers is really to be mentors to kids ages 6 to 18. And, we have a pretty robust club, and we're doing a lot of great things. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is really this program that's under our workforce development initiative, where we're really focusing in on teens.
And I know when you hear those statistics, it sounds a little dim and grim a little bit, but the beautiful part of this this organization is that you try and make those statistics that are maybe challenging to families.
Correct.
You try and support them by offering these clubs, because I went to, if you ever have the opportunity to go on a tour for one of these clubs, these clubs they're amazing. Just all the resources that you have to try and kind of help these families, barring they don't have, a high economic status. And so the Entrepreneur Tank, you have, these are, although they're board members, they're volunteers. Right. Right? And, that have come, they don't work for the Boys and Girls Club. Right. And so you're with Patton. Yeah, I got your name. Patton Internet Marketing?
Yep, Patton Marketing.
Patton Marketing, and you're with?
Northwestern Mutual.
Yeah, and so they have their jobs on, that they do, but you've had a heart for the Boys and Girls Club as of late, and you've decided to introduce this program. And whose idea was it?
It came out at the board meeting.
It was actually a bunch of us
I started talking about DECA.
Yeah. And
that's what happened.
There's so many programs that prepare, especially with the Boys and Girls Club, that prepare the kids for working, and we said there should really be something for entrepreneurs, for starting their own business, because that does a couple things. Number one, and most important, it builds their confidence, when you can come up with an idea of something that you want to start, a business, and then it turns into a real business. I mean, there's nothing that's going to build their confidence like that, and that is rewarding when you see a kid that's 16, 17 years old that all of a sudden they say, wait, I can actually make money doing something I love, doing this. It's awesome. So that's kind of, we all were talking and we said we should create like an entrepreneur program. And of course the Shark Tank was hot, it's been hot. And that concept of pitching an idea, coming up with a business plan, writing the business plan, we all know as entrepreneurs that's a hard thing to do. It's not easy. So we're there to support the kids, and it's been awesome. It's been
and help them build a plan.
Yep.
We teach them about an EIN number, which they had no idea what that was for a business owner. We teach them a profit and loss statement, which again they had no idea what that was. What do you mean you buy wholesale and you sell retail? How does that work? And then we talked to them about insurance on their building and workman's comp insurance. And they had no idea, what it entails to even open a business, let alone keep a business running. Payroll was a big thing. I know one of the profit and loss statements, one of my kids has a payroll of $6,000 a month, and they were like, I don't know, that sounds like really, really high. And I'm like, that's nothing.
Well, I think the other thing that you kind of highlighted here is that the key word is plan. And so the big part of the Boys and Girls Club mission is that, serving kids ages 6 to 18. And when they graduate high school, our desire is to make sure that they have a plan in the next stage of of their life, whether it's to go to college, to go into the workforce, whether it be vocational or entrepreneurial. And so these programs fit. And, one of the things that I got to get in here is that in our clubs, kids ages 6 to 18, 90% of our kids move on to the next grade level on time because of our help. Last year, our high school graduating class, 96% of the kids graduated on time, and 80% of those kids, those youth, young adults, are now in college and finishing up their first year. And it's because of programs like this and the focus on, really creating a plan and understanding things and giving life experiences. I can tell you, some of our kids, without our help, wouldn't be going outside of the realm of their own neighborhoods. And yet we can take them all over South Florida. We take them on national conferences, regional conferences, and so these two nice people here and our board members that have a passion to say, what can I pay forward and what can I pass on to these kids? And so I got to thank you both for what you've been doing.
Well,
you're welcome.
It's like they're sponges.
Yep.
It happened with you.
It happens. It's like you're sponges, because not to say that they're not getting the love at home or getting some of their basic needs at home, but there's higher level of education that you also kind of can get because of hard times and hardships, can kind of fall through the cracks. And so you guys are coming in to kind of reduce that, and I imagine that it also reduces crime.
Huge.
It reduces drug use. It reduces, a lot of the things pregnancies that can ail the streets of any city.
Definitely.
And so I think it's wonderful that you're able to do that.
Yeah, one of the things I was most impressed with the short time, only 6 months that I've been here, is the success stories. You hear about people, and every board meeting that we have a success story, and this could be somebody from 20 years ago, and that's awesome because today, obviously with technology and things have changed so much, but it's still the concept of the Boys and Girls Club of helping and giving a safe place for these kids to go hasn't changed. It's the same as it was 25 years ago, and having somebody who's a principal now at an elementary school and get up there and talk about how without the Boys and Girls Club this wouldn't happen, and that's awesome.
And how he and his family came over through the Muriel.
That's right,
boat
Cuba.
from
That's
Cuba.
right, from Cuba.
And then none of them knew how to speak English. I
Right.
mean, it was just, it was
they're awesome
unbelievable.
stories, yeah. And those success stories, I think it's our duty, at least as an entrepreneur, to give back, and that's give back to our community. And
I
there's
agree.
no better opportunity than at the Boys and Girls Club.
And in your background, Todd, how did you come to becoming an entrepreneur? Is it something you knew right out of the gate, or is it something you developed as a...
We have about an hour. It's a long time.
Give her the 20
I'll give you the executive summary.
30-second elevator speech, bud.
Come back another day and share.
Nobody would hire me, so it is for myself.
So school, I realized at a young age was not for me. I tried it, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't succeed in school, but I was always attracted to business. Fortunately, I had, both my parents who still, my mom's a school teacher, my dad retired now, but they still live in the same house that we grew up in. But my mom put confidence, instilled so much confidence in me as a kid. She made me think that I was better looking than George Clooney. She made me think I was smarter than Donald Trump, Well,
that's what I'm saying. You can have, difficulties, but you get the love at home still. That you needed still a lift and a boost.
Yeah, and that confidence is critical. I really think that's the number one thing for business owners is to have ultimate confidence in yourself. And if we don't give that to the kids, or at least show them how to build that confidence, I think we're doing an injustice.
And we're sharing with our youth that 60% of the jobs in America today will require some form of certification after high school, and we're not talking a college degree, whether it be associate's or bachelor. We're just talking certifications that you may need in whatever career you choose, right? So this becomes kind of the aspect of what Linda and Todd here have been doing with others, is really showing kids how to plan some things, do some things, but have fun with it. And that's where their personal experiences in their careers are shining through and giving these kids
I mean,
the
that's
opportunity.
one of the things Linda and I said, and Michael also, who's not with us now, but we all got together and said, let's not pick a business for them to start. Let's find out from them
What they like.
What do you love doing? Forget
Right.
about money. Forget about anything. What are you really passionate about? You wouldn't believe how many of them said shoes. and clothing, you know.
Right.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One of my businesses is Munchies on Wheels, and I asked my
Restaurants, yeah.
Munchies on Wheels, and I said, why Munchies on Wheels? And he said, because I want everyone to have healthy snacks. And he said, obesity is huge, in this country, and if we just had a truck that was outside our bus stop or in my neighborhood, instead of an ice cream truck, it'd be a truck with apples and oranges and kiwi. He's like, I would buy from that truck, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of the ideas.
I'm sorry, but where that comes from is that we were the first club in the state of Florida and the first after-school program in the state of Florida to initiate the snack and hot meal program for our youth. And we have done a lot of nutrition education with the kids. And, in hearing those words coming out of Linda's mouth just now, it's awesome to hear that, because I know that that's where this young person has gotten inspired to say, this is a problem. I've learned this at my club. Hey, I want to take it and move it forward. And that's
Munchies
awesome.
on Wheels.
Munchies on Wheels.
Yeah, and that's going after a passion, and then to me, that's what it's all about. The big mistake in entrepreneurism is going after money. People chase the money. That's going to pay a lot of money. Big mistake.
Right.
Because money will come no
If you're
matter what you
passionate.
do. Yeah, passion. As I tell I jokingly tell my daughter, she's only 7, and I tell her this. I said, when you get older, if you like selling hot dogs, you're going to sell hot dogs. You be the best at it, and you'll make money. Money will come, but go after what you're really passionate about. Because listen, every day you go to work, you spend more time at work than you do at home. You know, so enjoying that is critical, and that's what we're trying to do with this program, is to say, hey, let's find something you love, and that's what we did. First couple weeks, we just went through and said, what do you like doing? Forget about business. What do you like doing? And we heard it, and then we said, can we make a business out of this now?
And how did you break it down as far as the kids?
These are some of the companies.
What I mean is that I know there's hundreds of kids at each club, but like, how did you? Is there an age group?
We invited them.
Yes.
No, I mean, did you do 14 to 8 to 17-year-olds, or
yeah? So
we opened it up.
So this is the first year that we did the program, and we're obviously going to improve it a lot every year, and get now that the first year is done. But one of the things we really didn't know what age. Now
did you have the 5-year-olds going, like,
we serve 6 to 18.
I'm sorry,
6 to 18.
We actually had some middle school kids.
I think we have some 10-year-olds.
Which we realized it's probably too young for this. But of course, we weren't going to kick anybody out.
No.
So they're all in it now. But we're learning these lessons now. And this first year, I'll tell you, the kids, those are the ones that we got to give credit to, because they didn't know what they were getting into.
No.
There's never been a success story, and that's what we're trying to do is document. We only have 3 clubs right now that we're doing it with, but we want to document it in video also, and create like kind of a sizzle reel of here's the program, and then use that to get more kids next year.
And there's 12 clubs in total.
Yes.
In Broward County, per se.
Broward County.
And you smart, to kind of not overextend yourself when you're launching a new program. You pick 3, so that way you kind of refine it out a little bit more next year, and I think that's great. And so, did you is it something like, what was your cutoff age? Did you have the 6th, 7th, 8th graders, or how did
we didn't actually have an age limit. We started it. We kind of assumed it was just high school.
What I was trying to get
we had
at.
a
So how do you
sign-on
do it? Is it mandated that they have to go, or is it just sign up?
Actually, I am down to 3, and the first time I started it, I had over 13 children. And then each week I'd go down to 12, and then 10, and then some students couldn't get there on time, and now I'm down to my 3. So it's I've got the Oogie Boogie Car Wash, and I've got Munchies on Wheels. How many do you have?
So we have 5. We have.
He is 5.
Yeah.
This is you right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there a grand prize?
So there is. There's actually.
the grand prize?
We actually have. Yeah, it's a big one.
Oh, it's great.
So we have first place is $1,000 cash.
And that goes to
the winning team?
To the winning team.
To the kids?
Yeah, so, this is another thing. We talk about some of the kids have partners. You can only have maximum 2 partners, so or 1 partner, actually, two people on a team. And I said, if you have a partner, it's good. There's pros and cons to that. The benefit is something that you're not good at, the partner can pick you up on. The negative is if you win the money, you got to pay half of it.
Right.
So they a few of them had a partner, and all of a sudden I said, where's your partner at? And they said, I want to keep the 1,000.
Right.
So
it's 1,000 in a website.
Yeah, and also I'm donating a website, which is about a $3,500 value. So whoever the winning team is, we're going to build a site for them. Second place is $500.
$500. Yeah.
Third place is getting $250, and then all the participants, as long as they finish, because really anybody who completes this is because it's every
Is
week
a winner.
we're doing it. I mean, they're going. I've set, and again, this is one of those first year learning thing of 3 absences per team. In other words,
Right.
if you have somebody who has 2 absences, if they miss one more, that's it. They can't miss another, or they're out.
It's
or
not
they're out.
fair to the
Yeah.
other children that have been
Yeah.
there every
Yes,
week.
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
So we're kind of setting the ground rules now as this first year goes, and I'm sure next year we'll have some more improvements to make. But it's a lot of fun. It's to see them grow into confidence. I have a girl in my club who was so scared to talk. She came and she actually couldn't speak English 2.5 years ago, and when she stood up, I was really worried. And I told her teacher, I said, I don't know, we should, is it okay? How do we? And she goes, don't worry, she'll be all right. She's the best now.
What's the name of her business?
This is A&M, which is a
A&M?
phone, a clothing.
Okay, so
But she's-
H&M. Like
Yeah,
H&M.
yeah,
Okay.
and that's her
A&M.
initial with her partner.
Oh, okay.
So, but
All
it's
right.
great to see that, that progress of her now being in front of everybody, and we have them practice their pitch,
Right.
in front of the group. So it's just good to see the progress.
Well, when Brian and I spoke on the phone, he kind of you broke it down for me really well too, and then you mentioned that it's the common that the kids may go on to the military or go on, vocational or go on to college. That's the norm. But really what we're stressing here today is that entrepreneurship is a completely different nut,
It's free enterprise.
It's and it is more complex than working for someone. But like you said, in your particular instance, it just wasn't for you, that scenario. And that happened a little bit in my family where I have 2 brothers, one that is a finance gentleman, and gets numbers and all that. And then I had a younger brother who had a little more trouble with the books, if you will. But let me tell you, he's 40-something years old. He's had his own car detailing business for many, many years. And fortunately, we kind of had our older brother that guided him in that entrepreneur. So it's almost like he was that big brother, literally.
It's all about mentorship.
It's all about
Yeah, it is. It
mentorship,
really
and that
is.
happened. And and of course, he mentored me in other ways.
Sure.
But from an entrepreneur, from a business gentleman to it, and that's kind of what you're doing here with these kids. Is being that gap in case that isn't at home.
Yeah.
No, it's not at home.
And it's in case
Nah.
it's not at home.
And not all of them want to be entrepreneurs. I have one girl who wants to be a school teacher, and she's doing this to have fun, and she came up with an idea, but she wants to be a school teacher. And I told him, there's obviously my mom's a teacher, I think that's amazing. And teachers, in my opinion, are the most important job we can have,
I agree.
And the most underpaid, unfortunately. But, I don't want this to be like you just have to be an entrepreneur with this, but hopefully they build their confidence to whatever they do. It's going to put them in a better position.
All right.
And so when is the big judges panel?
May 31st.
May
31st.
31st.
Yeah.
And it's at one of the clubs. And
No, it's at the corporate office.
Oh,
we're
so
gonna
you're
do it
bringing
in
the
our
3 clubs to
administrative-
you're taking them there.
Yeah, they're going to be driven.
And do you have your judge panel yet?
We need a judge. So
Uh-huh.
if there's anyone out there listening,
We have 2, and we need 1 more.
yeah,
What type of person you looking for?
entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur.
Yeah.
A business person, sure, that
right.
can read a profit and loss statement and understand a mission statement.
So how we're doing it is we're having the kids a week before the 31st submit their business plan via email, so the judges can review, and the business plans are.
Well, it's coming up the 31st.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's
A
right
week and a
around
half
the corner.
away.
It's a week and a half
It's
away.
crunch time.
It is crunch time.
And all their business plans are written.
How many weeks did you invest in?
Oh, since the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, we've been doing
Right
it.
when school
Since
started.
September?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August.
Oh, so it's a whole
Oh,
kind
that's
of
a
year
whole school
project.
year.
So it's been almost over it'll be almost 40 weeks.
Yeah.
And
That's
they'll be able
right.
to make a decision right there and release the win and announce
So-
the winner.
so-
and everything.
Everyone's a winner because at the end we're giving
Yeah, we're
$50.
giving everybody's
No,
buck.
everyone's
Norma's
getting
really
$50.
getting down to brass tacks
So,
here.
yeah.
So we're gonna do it 2-step. The
I mean,
first-
I don't know if you have to go and think about it and come back a week
Oh,
later.
no,
or-
no.
It's actually we should have you there.
We
during
really
the
should
event
have you
because
there.
have to have the video because here's what we're gonna do. So the judges are basing it on the business plan, which they're gonna have a week in advance. They're gonna review it and grade it. A point system, right?
Right.
So 1 through 100, and then the next one is the presentation. So how well did they come out? How well were they dressed? Did they
Right.
present themselves well? And you wouldn't believe it. I don't know if I want to say this on air, but because I don't want to give you any ideas. This
Well,
is not competition.
No, we use
I'll
it.
tell you what. There's some exciting things happening. The entrance. The entrance is gonna. If you thought the Miami Hurricanes. You ever seen
forget it.
You ever seen the Miami Hurricanes
Don't tell
play
me doing
football?
the fire.
Yeah.
You know
Are you doing
the
fire?
smoke that comes up.
Yeah.
They got
You're
nothing
doing
on my kids.
Oh, really? Okay.
As you can see, Norma, there's
We've
a
got
lot of passion here.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
you know,
my kids are being driven by limousines and will arrive in three-piece suits.
I really think it's just great that the people yourselves that are serving and volunteering, you guys are having a fun time.
Yeah.
You're getting that, if you will, you know, those kids when they smile with you and give you the hugs, you know, and that's the whole beauty of volunteering. And so that's one of the messages here tonight about, you know, giving of yourself. But, you know, certainly the Boys and Girls Club, you know, we're not here to promote an event or something for people to go to or something, but it's an organization that they're trying to have programs that have a more substance. Of course, health and nutrition is wonderful, and exercise is wonderful. You guys know how I feel about that. But it's important to also have, you know, not everybody is an athlete.
Right.
You know, not everybody is coordinated and stuff like that. And so they're a little more left brain, and they you know, these types of things may be appealing. Not everybody's the best reader and writer, you know, or academic. And so these are great skill sets. That you're teaching people that now I know that P&L means profits and losses.
And EIN is it's your EIN number. It's your social security for your business.
So, no, I made a
that.
joke that, you know, realistically, you know, for someone like myself who has a career, a lifetime, you know, but because I never had the entrepreneur mindset, outside of beginning this program, you know, I didn't need to, embrace those concepts. I didn't need to, you know, discuss those things. And even though my family is, you know, they're all working and doing stuff. I guess my brother does, but he works by himself. He doesn't have other people involved in it. But everyone else works for someone, so we're not necessarily people that own a lot of businesses in our family. So it didn't really come up in conversation a lot, me growing up. So I think these are tremendous skill sets to be teaching them early on, whether they use them or not, because it is great conversation. And now I get to sit down with people like yourselves and really understand. So, Boys and Girls Club, what's the website and the phone number if anybody wants to reach out, donate, volunteer, sponsor?
Phone number is 954-537-1010. And just go to bgcbc.org and you'll find us.
That's awesome. And so thank you so much to Todd.
Thank you.
Patton.
You got it.
Patton. So Mr. Brian Quayle, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And good luck. Continue to build programs for the kids.
Good people like these, we can't miss.
Thank you.
And thank you, Linda, for Linda. Yes, Linda. I was thinking going to call you Paula for a quick second.
No.
That's good. Thank you, Linda, for taking the time and sharing this with me. And I'm glad that once again we have seen this come to fruition.
Yeah.
You know, and to share this with our listeners. And so I'm getting told to get cut off, but so everyone have a fabulous week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Community Connections. And I just want to thank our guests again, as well as thank our sponsors, Whitehall Boca, Los Bocados, Pristine Solutions, and now 7.2. So have a great week, everyone.
All right.
You've been listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We will be back next Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. with new guests to share about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Did you hear something you liked today on our show? Please contact me, Norma G, at 954-802-2015. or email me at ccnormag@gmail.com. I look forward to helping you expand your business, project, or idea and connect with our community.